Green, I trust you've had a good rest? An envoy of Master Foshinolt's arrived not long ago with a message. The Loporrits have determined Meteon's location. We've been asked to gather at the rostra. I'll meet you there along with the others. Oh, thanks for lurking around. Everyone appears to be present and accounted for. Good. As you know, the Loporrits have deduced the whereabouts of Meteon by means of crystal bequeathed to us by Hydaelyn herself. Yokori's location is a place far beyond the moon, in the farthest reaches in the Sea of Stars at the edge of creation. A veritable Ultima Thule. Indeed. How then are we to reach it?
An excellent question. Luckily for you, I have an equally excellent answer. In theory, with its advanced propulsion systems, the moon is capable of delivering you to Ultima Thule. But the myriad other facilities housed within would greatly impede travel through the Sea of Stars. Even the Mother Crystal may not possess ether enough to bear so massive a vessel to our destination and back. However, if we integrate our Hyper Hopper into your Etherburner, we should be able to fire things up and jump our way to the end of the universe in no time.
Father, does this mean... Bear in mind, this decision was not made solely at my discretion, but with the consent of the Forum. Hearing the Loporrits' proposal, the Forum was faced with a grave decision. To commit the Ark to this endeavor would mean abandoning both our plans to evacuate to the moon and to resettle on another star. Needless to say, the proposition invited fierce debate. In the end, however, the Forum was swayed by the simple fact that Hydaelyn believed you possessed the strength. You possessed the strength needed to overcome this crisis. The Great Exodus was, after all, a plan of Hydaelyn's own making. Therefore, if in the 11th hour she would proffer another means by which we may seek salvation, we would be fools to dismiss it out of hand. Indeed, she sacrificed everything, her very existence, to avert the destruction of this star. That is why we have chosen to place our faith in Hydaelyn, in you. The Ark will be made ready for your voyage to Ultima Thule. What of all the people that have labored so tirelessly to prepare for the evacuation? They must be furious. I would not be so sure. They have not forgotten your deeds on the Magna Glacius. Nor did your instrumental role in orchestrating the delivery of adamantite go unnoticed. No, the people do not protest. Quite the contrary. They have expressed unwavering support for you and your mission. Are the Loporets too willing to abandon the Exodus?
Were you not listening to when we said we were born of Hydaelyn's love for Aetheris and its people? If it means your survival, we would do anything to help. And you'll most certainly have need of our expertise where you're going. There's no guarantee Ultima Thule's a place that supports life, an otherwise vexing problem our know-how can remedy. Besides, Hydaelyn chose us to lead the way to Meteon. Why else would she give you a crystal only we can decipher? But more importantly, we were perfectly content to evacuate Aetheris until you brought us here, Urianger. And now we're enamored with the place, so what choice do we have but to save it?
Of course, none of this is possible without you and the Scions. Though I must ask, are you certain you wish to do this? You couldn't stop us if you tried. Very well. We shall inform the Forum of your decision, and begin preparation to bolster the Ark with the, Hyper Hopper. The Loporets will coordinate with the Ilsabak contingent to have the necessary components transported via the Tower of Babel. Of course, it will take time until the work is complete. For now, pray take your ease. Twould seem there's naught to do but rest and prepare, shall we?
When you're on your way down after this bit, there's a new bunny that you can play triple triad with.
Yep, I saw
Ogon,
the map
his name.
icon.
Yeah, take a look at it.
Okay. Ere we depart, we must leave nothing undone. Quite. Though it is difficult to conceive of how one can best prepare to brave a domain where Dynamis governs all. Nevertheless, Hydaelyn deemed us worthy of the trials that await. For lack of any other feasible options at this late stage, let us trust in her judgment and face Meteon as we are. Which leaves a not so small task of coordinating our efforts here to you and Tataru. If all goes to plan, we'll be back before you know it. I certainly hope so. We'll be praying for your safe return. Mayhap it will affect the Dynamis for the better. With that settled, we should get some rest, and make most of the time we've been afforded. The meeting's over, is it? You were in there for so long I started to worry. What do they have to say? Oh, they're letting us take the ship and go straight into the edge of the universe. Edge of creation. I see.
Rest assured, everything will remain in order until you return. And you will return. Actually, Green, can I borrow you for a moment?
Looks like your plans for the interim are decided. When the two of you have finished, meet us back at the Baldesion Annex, alright?
Come with me to the Agora. I have something to show you.
Let's see, cheating way, okay.
Why, though?
Welcome, Green, to Taru's boutique. I've done my best to provide the Scions with fashionable attire, but in your case specifically, I make an extra effort to strive for the most functional yet stylish clothing one could ask for. Not that I'm playing favorites, but you are the Warrior of Light. Faced with this unprecedented crisis, I knew you would need an ensemble unlike anything I created before, and I wouldn't be able to do it all alone. And so, after enlisting the aid of the world's finest artisans, I finally completed my career-defining masterpiece. But then inspiration struck. I saw a golden opportunity just begging to be seized. With the help of some Thavnarian refugees, I decided to set up shop here in Hydaelyn. Of course, I would never charge you for any of our works, perish the thought. Barsaruth, how are things coming along? Everything is in order, Mr. Sataru. We'll be ready to open shortly. Which is why I brought you here, to be our very first patron. Would you mind waiting here a moment longer? Following movement cannot be skipped. Wait for Tataru's boutique to open. Oh, is this where we get our artifact armor for this expansion?
Maybe. I just know that this is a long cutscene.
I see. Ah, did not expect to find you here. Who's that? Yay, it's Ritra. I imagine Nidhana would also wish to offer her regards. Alas, after delivering our dragon scales to the engineers, she remained to assist with their work on the Aether Banner. This simulacrum too will stay in Hydaelyn, while I oversee matters in Razzatan. It is a rather convenient means to keep abreast of developments pertaining to the final days or anything else. It also allows me, after a fashion, to watch over my people in this distant land.
Vashon, I was hoping you'd stop by. I can't thank you enough for allowing your artisan to work with me here at the boutique.
Please, it is I who should be thanking you. This establishment has restored a sense of normalcy to their lives. You have blessed them with newfound purpose, and a means by which to support themselves in these troubled times. What's more, when they at least return home to Razzatan, the experience and knowledge they have gained in your employ will no doubt prove a boon to the artistry and commerce of our land. In fact, I came here to see how your new employees are settling in, and to express my gratitude for granting them this opportunity.
It's an opportunity for me as well, believe you me. Artisans have taught me so much about Thavnarian craftsmanship. Their resources and ingenuity are nothing short of inspiring. I can't wait to see what wonders we come up with.
I pray you every success in your endeavors, Mistress Tataru. Before coming here, I heard word of the Forum's decision, of what will soon be attempted. It was only then that I finally understand why my father called his star the last bastion of hope. Indeed, it was the last bastion, for the flame of every other star he encountered had likely been extinguished. In the boundless dark, the light of brimming life must have been blinding in its splendor. You journey onto the heavens to protect that light. May the scales of my kin serve you well. I have faith you will prevail, and restore peace and tranquility to the star. I should like to visit Razatan again when this is all over. And we should be honored to receive you. There is still much of Razatan you have yet to see. Forgive me, but I must take my leave. Fare you well, and remember, the people of this star have not yet given up hope, and neither must you.
Oh, where must I go to get a meal with some flavor in this wasteland of taste?
I'm guessing that's one of the lobberets. Oh, nope, that's Emmeline. Green, old boy. My, whatever are you doing here? A new boutique, you say? I had been meaning to expand my wardrobe. Yes, something with a little more flair, perhaps, befitting a man of my station. Though I have nowhere to flaunt said raiment so long as my confinement continues indefinitely. I, the young Lord Four Toms, insist that so long as there is work to be done, no matter how trivial, I must abide here in Hydaelyn. Thus do I toil, though every fibre of my being rails against it. Why, I bring up with the company of that brute Zikard to see supplies transported in a timely fashion. Yet he was the one granted leave this morning to participate in some supposed covert operation. So I suffer instead for his otherwise welcome absence, now burdened with extra busy work, and without Honoroy here, there is no one to prepare my meals. I came here in the hopes of finding a nice cafe, perhaps. Alas, the Hydaelyn delicacies I've sampled were lacking in every respect. I've tried the last stand. No, I'm not cruel enough to suggest Archon loaf to this man. Hearty meal's what you're after? I suggest the last stand. A cafe over on the pier? The cuisine didn't appear at all appetizing, but if you vouch for their cooking, then I perhaps will give it a try. Thank you for the suggestion, and ta-ta for now, old boy. Look, there's a degree of being funny, and there's a degree of something I would not even wish on Xenos. And that is Archon loaf.
Yeah.
Not even sure if you can even bake Archon loaf with all the grains and whatever stuffed into it. Well, well, is that Green and Tataru I spy? Who's this? That was Hancock.
Hancock, what are you still doing here? You said you were returning immediately after dropping off your cargo.
Yes, that was my original plan. After all, any expertise required aside from the delivery of goods is well beyond my purview. But what manner of entrepreneur would squander an opportunity to study the markets of the northern seas? Worry not, I will return straight away to Kugane once I have finished. Of course you would find a way to turn this crisis to your advantage. She wounds me, the industrious woman running a new boutique. I am not blind to the travails of those who fight on the front lines to deliver us from ruin. Indeed, I have every confidence they will succeed, and I would make myself and my business ready for their return.
If you believe in them so devoutly, then why not put your money where your mouth is?
Fair enough, Tataru, fair enough. There is not more I can do to help ready the Ark and her heroes for their maiden voyage, but on your return, I shall host a grand celebration in your honor at the Bokairo Inn. Accommodations are quite costly given the reputation of said establishment, but the East Aldnon Trading Company will be honored to foot the bill. Will there be lemon cakes? Oh, a man of tart tastes, I see. Yes, there will be lemon cakes and such, much more. The finest delicacies the world and Lord Lorito have to offer. But let us speak more of this upon your return, lest I draw even more on Tataru's ire. Till next we meet. Ah, Green. Decided to spend your time at the markets, did you? Tataru!
Thanks, Wedge. Take a walk on the Ark proceeds apace.
Aye, it does indeed. Collaborating with the greatest minds of Charlie and Ratsatan has been a rewarding experience. And that's nothing to say of what we learned from the Loperites. Ark is unlike anything we'd ever had the pleasure to work on. Even Nero was rendered speechless on more than one occasion. Can't wait for you to see it.
And you'll never guess who paid us a visit before we came to Charlian. Alpha. I think he sensed the coming danger and returned to check on us. He was always one to turn up in a time of need. I suppose that's why he decided to join us here in Charlian. Good thing too. I don't know how he does it, but he has a knock to brighten your day just by being there.
Still hard to believe we had the means to send you off into the great expanse, though. The farthest known reaches of, well, everything. Never thought I'd live to see such marvels, yet here I am. More often than not, you and the Scions are the catalyst that sparks the need for these great innovations. Think how much I'd have missed out on had I not been a member of the Ironworks. An awful lot of work, to be fair, and the privilege of being worked like a caught chocobo. There's that too. As busy as we've been, I wish there was more we could do for you, Green. No matter what happens, you have to keep believing, for a brighter future. And one filled with even more adventure.
When you head back, will you tell the engineers I'll be along shortly with refreshments?
That's very kind of you, Tataru. They'll be glad to hear it. And on that note, Wedge and I should get going. Still a few more supplies to gather before we return.
Terribly sorry for the wait. Right this way, if you please. Right. I don't believe the two of you have ever been formally introduced. This is Varsarub from Palakistan.
Haven't we met before?
Yes, it was you who helped us at Prusa, and again when crossing the ice fields, was it not? I doubt we exchanged little more than glances then, but it is kind of you to remember me. Thanks to Mistress Tataru, I and many of my friends have found gainful employment in this foreign land. It is only natural to feel fear in the face of calamity. In such time, we must look to one another for strength and succor. I know not whether we will come to call this place home or return to Thavnia, but we are here today, and are glad to have contributed to the cause. And contribute they did by helping to make your new garments as durable as possible. We put our hearts and souls into them, and I have every confidence they'll keep you safe in the battle to come. Gods, think how far we've come since our humble beginnings at the Waking Sands. From the rising stones to the falling snows, and even certain insufferable someone's Ruby Bazaar, we were always fortunate to find friends along the way. Even when you were swept away to the first, Gahatia was there to grant you sanctuary. I'll never forget the relief I felt when you returned to us. I thought my heart would burst. Yours has been a long, long journey, and I've been privileged to watch, often with bated breath, as you persevere time and again. Persevered, not preserved. For all the joy we've shared, there's been much sorrow as well, but I've long since learned you can't have one without the other. Which is why I promised to send you off to the Sea of Stars with a smile. And you can be certain I'll be the first one to welcome you back on your return. In addition to your new ensemble, we have raiments and weaponry for every need. So please, feel free to observe our stock. You may now obtain job-specific gear from Varsarut.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Realize you still got lots to do before you depart, so I won't keep you any longer. I do hope you can find a moment for yourself and that the others can as well. They said that they were returning to the Baldasian Annex, so I doubt they stayed for long. If you decide to go looking for them, I suggest speaking with Kryle first. I'm sure they would have to told her their plans. You're back. I take it you received your gift from Tataru? It was a surprise long in the making, with many, many long hours of fretting to get everything just right. I'm glad to see it realized, and with great success. If you're looking for the others though, they've already taken their leave. Y'shtola, Thancred, and Urianger have gone to the last stand for a bite to eat. Alice and Grahatia, meanwhile, thought their time would be better spent poring over books at Numenon. As for Alphinaud and Estinian, well... they've elected to pay a visit to the Leveilleur estate, and though Estinian seems somewhat reluctant to go. I'm sure they would all be glad for your company if you mind to seek them out. Should you be feeling peckish, I suggest heading to the last stand before Y'shtola and the others finish eating. But above all else, it would be foolish to run headlong into a battle of fatigue mess, so do remember to get a good night's sleep.
Great. Got to make a trio into a quartet, have you? Please, have a seat. We'll see about getting you a drink.
Your business with Tataru is finished.
She got me new armor.
My, what a thoughtful surprise. Whatever would we do without her?
Indeed. And she's right, you know. It hasn't been all doom and gloom.
Feels like a lifetime ago that Master Louis Soir gathered us together to form the Circle of Knowing. Since then, we have experienced much. But rather than feeling wiser, the more I learn, the more I find my knowledge lacking.
Forsooth. As a student, vainly did I believe that I held the secrets of creation in my grasp. Yet that which I had seized was but an insignificant sliver of what awaited in the wider world. Every encounter, every experience hath served to open mine eyes, enlightening and humbling me in equal measure. Even from those whom I called enemies have I learned many a valuable lesson.
What will we learn at the edge of the universe, I wonder?
Ultima Thule, where the bringer of the end makes her nest. I, for one, can't possibly imagine. But whatever awaits us there, we will survive. We must. For her.
You've nothing left to prove. Not to Reen, nor Minfilia.
Is aught the matter?
No, it's nothing. I just... Well, lately I find myself surprised at how much I've changed. How much we've all changed.
We've come far together, and if we have aught to say about it, we'll go further still. Aye, we will avert this calamity and return home. In preparation for which, we must give thought to what we hope to achieve after the proverbial dust is settled.
What with the primals and Ascians all but dealt with, I suppose we'll need to look for new hobbies. In all seriousness, though. In uniting to overcome a common foe, the disparate peoples of the world have found a way forward together. It's a truly gratifying sight to see.
Indeed. Though it was many years in the making, we have successfully set in motion the gears of fundamental change. With this, we have fulfilled our humble role as a symbol of hope. And I dare say it is time to bow out. After all, there is no shortage of hands to bear the torch in our stead.
You know, I never really considered I might live long enough to see an after. But even if my time as a scion came to an end, I don't expect that much would change. Traveling the world, going wherever the wind blows, lending a hand to those in need.
A journey for journey's sake. It doth suit thee well. I must confess, I too have yearned to see more of the world. If thou art amenable to the suggestion, I would accompany thee. Mine ability to effect an air of normalcy through artful disguise is much improved, thou must concede.
Aye, well, improvement is relative. You still look suspicious no matter what you wear. What of you, Hydaelyn? Any grand plans?
Why, continue my quest for knowledge, naturally. To begin with, I wish to know the state of the reflections, to which end I must find a means to travel between worlds. 'Tis the least I must do if I am to keep my promise. Should my pursuits prove unduly arduous, I won't hesitate to call on you. And in return, I will take you to see Reen one day. I'm sure you cannot wait to see the fine young woman she has become.
Spare me.
And what of thee? What wouldst thou pursue at duty's end?
Here's yours. My apologies for the wait.
Well, shall we make a toast? To victory.
To our comrades.
To the future of the star.
Not gonna lie, I kinda expected us to get poisoned there.
I'm sorry?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm so used to Asian nonsense and scenes like that, I was kinda expecting to, get poisoned or something there.
Fair enough. Leaving so soon? I suppose it's for the best. If you'd rather not explore the bottom of a bottle with Urianger. I dare say the others would welcome your company as well. If you can find them, that is. In any case, as long as you make the most of your time, then that is all that matters. Try speaking with Hydaelyn, but she is fast asleep.
Oh. Knowing them, they're probably dreaming about the celestial adventures to come. Just as well. They've been running themselves ragged of late. Unlike you and the others, I'm a few steps removed from the danger and excitement. The things you all get up to never fail to impress me. But by the same token, I can't help but worry. Not only for your safety, but for your happiness. After everything you've sacrificed, you earned it 1,000 times over. From the simple pleasures of tucking into a hearty meal or collapsing into a comfortable bed, to the grand triumphs of visiting legendary lands or finding true love, you deserve all the joy in the world. There is so much that life has to offer, so much to be treasured and shared with those we hold dear. So promise me this. Come what may, you won't give up on your own happiness. When you're out there fighting tooth and nail, it's all too easy to forget. But in the end, your passions will be your greatest strength of all. Remember that.
This feels familiar. Well, 'tis good to be... wait. What am I... Gods, don't tell me I fell asleep.
Not that there's any shame in it, but you were sleeping like babies.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Not a word to anyone. Understood? Not one word.
I'm told that sleeping in proper beds of your own choosing is a much more effective way to prepare for battle.
So, what were the two of you doing here?
I had a few books to return to the library. Thought I'd take care of it while I could.
And you?
Just enjoying a little peace and quiet.
Oh. What brings you here? Ah, so you were worried that the Levier household might again be gripped by turmoil. All is well, I assure you. In my letters home, I had made mention of Estinian, you see. My mother wished to meet the legend in person, and so we arranged to have a spot of tea together.
Where were you in my hour of need? Fell beasts I can face, but I'm not made for idle chit-chat with lords and ladies.
Well, I for one thought you held your own. Mother was the picture of delight.
I might have been delighted myself, were we in a tavern with more agreeable drink. The thought of fleeing crossed my mind, but what then? I'd never hear the end of it, least of all from Tataru.
I'm sorry. 'Twas not my intent to cause you such distress. It's just... It was one of the things I didn't want to leave undone ere we set forth. That's not to say I think we won't be returning. Yet, given what lies ahead, I did not wish to leave for later that which I could do today. After all, tomorrow is never promised.
It's fine. Not like I had better things to do. Besides, seeing you with your mother brought back fond memories of my own. Be we rich or poor, family is family. Well, it's past time we were on our way.
Wait! Since I left home, I've made a great many mistakes. Mistakes for which I can never make amends. But through it all, you didn't give up on me. To have returned here with you at my side, it means more to me than you know. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Forgive me, but it needed to be said.
I'm the one who owes you thanks. Were it not for you, I would not be alive today, nor come to terms with Nidhogg's spirit. I am ever grateful.
I suppose I ought to thank you both as well.
Well, we needn't make it a competition. You know, this must be what Hydaelyn meant when she spoke about depending on one another. However treacherous the road before us, together we will prevail.
Welcome back, Green. You're trying to catch a final few wings before embarking on your mission, I presume? You'll be happy to know that your chambers have been cleaned and fresh linens laid out. Pray you enjoy the sweetest dreams on this final night before the big day.
That night at the Royal Menagerie in Alamigo.
You will never get what you want. Not even the battle you pine for so dearly. In that transcendent moment, what was it that I sought in you? And what was it that you sought in me?